All right, for the 20th League, we have Legion. So in Legion, we overhauled melee combat. Amongst many other improvements, skill rebalances and reworks, we've added the ability to cancel animations early, improved damage scaling, and changed early monster balance. For more details, please see the melee rebalance section. Added 12 new unique items, one of which was designed by a supporter. Added 14 new div cards designed by supporters. Added 18 new Sextant modifiers, many of which only appear on high tier maps. Reworked 15 existing unique items, which will only drop from monsters in the Legion Challenge League. Added 15 new Keystones to the passive skill tree, visible only when you have one of the new unique jewels introduced in Legion socketed. Alright, for Xena mods, we had Fortune Favors the Brave, Alternative of Same Tier, Shape Tier 1 through 5, Shape Tier 1 through 10, Elder Tier, Abyss, Anarchy, Domination, Bloodlines, Ambush, Parandus, and Beyond. Legion. In this league, players can find a monolith in each zone. When approached, it will reveal a battle between Legion, frozen in time. Damaging the enemies while they are in stasis will free them when the time resumes, where they can be fought and killed for loot. Legion enemies can drop splinters that form an emblem of their Legion. Combining multiple of these emblems in a map device opens a portal to the domination of timeless conflict, where the heart of the conflict takes place. Items that can be found in this league include incubators that turn into valuable items after getting a certain amount of kills while bound to an equipment, a 5-slot map device, and timeless jewels that greatly alter passive skills around them, even keystone passives. Each area contains a timeless monolith interacting with the that's the same thing as above. The player must deal enough damage to them before the timer runs out to break them out of stasis. Once the timer runs out, all the enemies you freed will become unfrozen and start attacking, where they can be killed. Enemies can have symbols above them which indicate the type of loot that they can drop. There are also chests and warhordes that contain loot, which also must be broken out of stasis. Legion encounters can drop timeless splinters from their enemy's faction. 100 of these can be combined into an emblem, which can be used to open a portal to the domain of timeless conflict. The type and number of emblems used to open the domain will determine which enemies will appear. So this is kind of a complex league mechanic. The one thing I really wish they would do with Legion is if the mini-map zoomed out enough where it would display everything, and they would put icons on the mini-map. So there's a general, you know, at a moment's notice that there's a general up here. Or if there is 2 boxes way over here, you know, oh, okay, I'm gonna go way over there and get those 2 boxes. I think that would be a mechanic for Legion. Either that, or the other option would be is they could give us like 5 to 10 seconds to run around. So you have like a double timer. Like the first timer lets you survey the area. The second timer lets you kill everything. And then the third timer is, and then after that, you know, there's the big fight. I feel like Legion should stay core and should probably just go the mini-map route. Like still give us the 10 seconds just to avoid double timers, because double timers doesn't feel the greatest. But just put mini-map icons over where everything is so we can see it. And our mini-map needs to be zoomed out enough where it will display everything. That's crucial for this to work. So you have to be able to see 3 screens out on the mini-map essentially at all times for it to work that way. But I think that's the solution for Legion, just to make it where it's a little more digestible for most players. Then we have the link to the Legion League, the link to Legion. The currency types are splinters and emblems. Legion was overwhelmingly positively received and implemented. Players enjoyed the 5-way events that could do them, basically people with Headhunter. Players using boss killers with lower clear speed had difficulty with the monolith's rewards, as they weren't tuned for slower builds. So this was really the hardest push as of this point towards clear speed meta. Incursion was a push towards clear speed meta as well, but this kicked it up a notch where really like wanders and things that are just known for having amazing clear speed, tornado shot archers, really thrived in Legion. It also had the symptom of the rich getting richer. So to do 5 ways effectively, the basically almost every build I've seen that was farming 5 ways has a headhunter. And I'm glad there is a piece of content that it is almost synonymous with. I wish it was more, I don't know if more rewarding is the right word. I wish there was a break point where it was rewarding, but it wasn't. It's like a rich get richer mechanic, and I'm not sure that that's the best place for it to be in. I think Legion is fun. I think not nearly enough people run 5 ways in a normal league. I feel like we have a similar problem where the best part of the mechanic most players don't experience. And I think the solution to that is just to make splinters drop in stacks instead of 1 splinter. And I think you keep Legion basically where it's at. You give us access on the minimap, but then you give us much more splinters than what we get now, so more players have the ability to access the Legion mechanic, because it is a lot of fun. Even if you don't have a headhunter, playing a 5-way is a lot of fun. Even if you have a build that can't do it well, it's still fun. And I would really like to see more players get to interact with things like that, where it wasn't knowledge gated, because now it feels like it's knowledge gated. And I don't think knowledge gating is the correct solution for League implementation. I think the correct solution is you open up the floodgates more, so more people get to experience it and more people fall in love with the game, I think is the correct response. Again, I always have more of a player mindset, and grinding gear games is running a business, so we aren't looking at the game the same way. So there might be a very good reason that they don't make it more rewarding, because they found if they turned it up too much, it gets insane. But, you know, we have NIM 3 delirium craziness going on now. So I think the answer is you just let more people experience fun. And you cut down, like, I think the solution is you raise the floor and you lower the ceiling simultaneously. I think the same is true with like skill gems and everything in the game. I think you raise the base damage, the base survivability of things up, and you lower the top end down. Because right now, there's such a significant difference between someone that has a 20 to 30 exalt investment into a character and a, you know, 2 or 3 mirror investment into a character. The person that has 20 or 30 exalts into a character is probably at the same power level a player was, let's say in Harbinger League, for instance, is probably at the same power level a player with a 1 exalt budget was at. And so the issue is that we've made a lot of chase items that really push power level. And so they are having to scale skill gems to facilitate that new power creep that naturally happens. And the problem is that we've lowered the base damage by changing support gems. We've lowered the base damage substantially, and that's why it feels like we don't have good build diversity now. It's not because we don't have good build diversity. It's because some of the mechanics require so much damage for the average build to deal with them that it's like counteracting itself. I'll get into more of that specifically in Delirium. I'll kind of go on a little bit of a tirade with Delirium. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you on the next one. Have a good one, Exiles.